So as a Mac fanboy for life, when I saw these stories about the Apple car kicking up again, I was like, what the frig? So let's dive into what we know right now and prophesize about how long we're going to be hearing these rumor stories for. Now, the Apple car has been in the works for the last 7 years under the code name Project Titan. And it seemed to always be on again, off again. You would see these weird renders popping up online and always wonder, is this for real? Now, there's very strict automobile regulations, so these patents by Apple have to go public about the car, and there are companies like Vanarama that will collect all of these patents by Apple and try and form something, a vision of what they think this car is going to look like, and that is what has dropped recently and what we're seeing a bunch of all over the internet. You can even head over to their website, zoom around inside this concept car of theirs, click on some of the patents, see what Apple's doing, but you know what? We really have no idea what these patents are going to be used for. They could be used for a car, they could be used for a new iMac. It is kind of fun to futurize and think about what Apple is going to be dropping on us over the next 5-10 years. If a car happens, that's going to be insane. We do know that Apple has been adding driver permits to the program. The amount of vehicles they've had are staying steady, but over the last year, it's doubled in driver permits. So they're bringing more people on to test these cars out. Another big batch of headlines that I've been seeing recently about the Apple car has been how they're losing executives and managers all over the place. And this stuff really doesn't mean much. I know these tech folks move around from company to company like the wind blows. These people might just be socially awkward, they might not work well with the team, or vice versa. And so when you see these stories, they mean nothing. Another thing is that these people who leave always go to another self-driving car startup or another company doing something in the autonomous vehicle area. So it's not like they don't have the vision, it's just something is not working with them and the team, and so they move on. These people are in such high demand right now that they're getting sniped by Apple. Apple is sniping other folks from Tesla, BMW, all these other companies that are trying to get this thing out on the streets as fast as possible. So when it comes to what we actually know about what the car is going to look like, well, that's another thing that we know nothing. It's all speculation, it's all rumors, it's all someone else's design renders. Apple is very good about keeping a tight-lipped ship on this. No doubt the design will be something sleek and have a new approach to how the controls can be positioned, and Vanarama thinks that it will be like a more open design, like the Canoe luxury vehicles. Will this Apple car even have a steering wheel at all? If there's no steering wheel, this could just be used for strictly shuttles and taxis perhaps, so no more Uber and Lyft. Apple's gonna come over and take over that whole industry probably. Currently, there are rumors that Apple is using its self-driving software in Volkswagens that are used as shuttles around the Apple campus. But regardless, this thing is gonna need a steering wheel if they wanna make it completely safe and have us driving this thing around on the streets. So in the Vanarama renders, the front and rear doors open up, suicide door style, and that gives you more access right into the inside. You just sit down in your little couch car, take a nap, have a glass of wine with your partner, and the car drives you back home safely while you wine and dine in the back. Physical keys will probably be a thing of the past by then, so when your Apple car comes out, you'll just walk up with your iPhone or your augmented reality glasses that we'll all be wearing by then in 5 years. There have been questions swirling about Android users. Will they be able to use the Apple car? There might be an Android car out there for them in 5 years. What happens if you run out of batteries before you get back to your car? If your phone dies or if your augmented reality glasses die, well, that's probably going to be a thing of the past too, because these batteries are getting more and more powerful, and we'll probably only need to charge it maybe once a month. Maybe once a year, maybe never. And speaking of batteries, it is believed that Apple is going to be working on its own battery system for its car that can tap into the combined charging system. And that's a platform that continues to grow globally, so you'll be able to charge this thing up at probably tons of different types of charging stations. So as I'm looking at these renders and reading all this stuff, I'm wondering how much is this all gonna cost? And I guess Macworld UK put together a bunch of analysts a little while ago, and they came up with a price tag of around $55,000. And that sounds about right. as a low point, that's probably going to be the base model. And you know how Apple does it. They know what we want to have and how much we're willing to spend for it. So be prepared to spend a pretty penny on these Apple cars when they come out. So although Apple is keeping extremely tight-lipped on this whole subject, we do know that they're hiring more drivers and then more people are coming and going in the project. So something is bubbling up over there. Also, with the release of these new Max chips, this is really going to help the whole computing system of these self-driving cars. The computer that runs all of these cameras and tells the car how to steer where to go is extremely large and takes up a huge portion of the car itself. And so now just imagine stacking 100 of these Max chips on top of each other. That's probably a good start to get you down the road a little bit. But these new Max chips are blazing fast, and this is going to be what I think the foundation of these self-driving cars. So the date rumored for these Apple cars is 2025, and a lot of people are saying this is a very aggressive date for Apple to take, and it could be 2028, 2030. I mean, what kind of world are we going to be living in by then? We have no clue. So at least we're going to be having lots of Apple car stories and rumors floating up in our favorite news feeds for years to come. We are humans and we like easy answers to complex problems, but this is really an insane thing to try, to teach a car to drive. I mean, imagine all of the experience that you've had behind the wheel, and now imagine how you would tell a computer all of this stuff and teach it what to see as it's going 60 miles per hour down the freeway. It's really a crazy, insane task, but little by little, they're getting there, and like all tech, they're gonna finally achieve their goal, and we're gonna be driving around in our couch car one day, just sipping on a martini, watching the scenery go by. Who knows what we're gonna see in this crazy world, but I appreciate you watching this video. If you wanna do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you at the next one. Take care.